Good evening. Hi, I am Dr. Tais, family medicine physician, and I wanted to take Dr. Rita, Dr. Joy, and my business partners of Royalty 10 to allow me to share this evening. So, briefly, I want to discuss detoxification, how it's important for better health. So, detoxification is basically the removal of waste from our body. So, we ingest our daily foods and beverages. And at the end, we remove what we don't need. If we don't remove the things that we don't need, then it can be overloaded and can cause us to be ill. So our body normally assists with detoxifications. Those organs include the lungs, the skin, the liver, our kidneys, and the lymph system, which is the immune system. So we need to keep those organs nice and functioning so that we can get rid of the waste that we don't need. And so why is detoxification important? Some of the benefits, it can improve, once again, our health. It can promote healthy weight loss. It can improve our energy. For some people, it can make clearer skin. And once again, it also can improve our immune system. So that is one of the things that you want to think about in your general health. Because if you have just poor health and you have the waste, then that can increase with different medical conditions. And so that leads me to talk about the metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome is a group of risk factors that can lead to heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and other conditions. So when you have the metabolic syndrome, we're looking at 3 out of 5 conditions or symptoms. So for instance, one is high blood pressure, high glucose, which is high sugar. Also looking at the good cholesterol, if it's too low, looking at high triglycerides, and also the circumference of our weight, belly fat. And so it's amazing that there is 1 in 3 people, adults in the United States, that can have the metabolic syndrome. And once again, you want to be able to detect if you have that. So visit your health provider and ask for certain tests to be done. So you yourself can get a tape measure and measure your circumference. And so for men, if the circumference is more than 40 inches and for women more than 35, that's a concern. That's one risk factor. And then you want to do your cholesterol level and check for triglycerides. If it's over 150, then that's a concern. As I mentioned before, the low HDL, which we call the the good cholesterol for women, if it's less than 50, and for men, if it's less than 40, that's a concern. And as far as also looking at your blood pressure, if the blood pressure is more than 130 over 85, that's concern. And looking at the fasting glucose blood sugar, if it's 100. So if you have 3 out of 5 of those criterias, where you do meet the metabolic syndrome and you are at a higher risk, as I mentioned, to down the road getting serious medical conditions like diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol problems, liver problems. So you do want to get with your primary provider and look at some of those things. But first, you want to just eat right. You want to exercise more. So try to get at least 150 minutes of some sort of moderate exercise through the week. You also want to get your proper sleep, between 7 and 9 hours of good restorative sleep. And also working with your provider to see if you have any of those criterias and to assist. And so I will turn it over to my business partners, and they'll discuss the products that we have that can assist with our detoxification tea and our carb curbing coffee. So once again, it's been a pleasure sharing information. And if you have any questions, leave that information with our business partners here, and they'll get back with me. Okay? Have a good evening.